Okay, welcome to part 3 of classes, unit 4. Today we're going to be talking about the this keyword, toString, method overloading, and pass by value and pass by reference. Okay, so let's start by the this keyword. Notice we have fields and we name it my name, my age, value 1, my QPA from previous videos. I'm going to just change this one to name. Now this name is a field and it's global throughout. And notice that this also has a name. And I want to take this name, which is local to this constructor, and I want to assign name that's coming in to the name of the field. Okay, and let's just run this and see what happens. Let's build this. Okay, and again, didn't recognize my name here, so let's call this name. Now we're going to have to call this name as well to prevent all my errors. And we're going to have to call this name as well. Well, okay, so we have a lot of these. So let's see if that solved most of our errors. So it did complete, and let's go ahead and build this and run this. And notice we get a bunch of nulls, okay? And the reason why is because we have two names going on here. And the compiler is getting confused. It's saying take this name here, assign it to this name. It's basically assigning it to itself, the local variable. So to prevent that, in case you have two of the same name, we use the word this dot name. Okay, and then this dot name, and this dot name. And we're talking about the name of the class. So in case you have two variables of the same name, one a field and one a local variable, we could use the keyword this in front of it, and it should solve our problem. Okay, and let's go ahead and build this. I hope I got them all. Apparently I did. Go to Java and let's run this. And it worked. This one here is null because I probably forgot to change it, but Abe, Kim did work. And the last one didn't. So that is the problem with this dot name. Okay. Should not need that there, and probably don't need that one there. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's because it's Bob. Okay. Yeah, we did Bob. And Bob get numbers 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's why the null is coming up, because we didn't give Bob a name. So he didn't get a name. So that's why the null is coming up. Okay, but we use the this keyword to prevent anything from where the compiler will get confused. So this distinguish this name as the field, and this name here is just as the name that's coming in. That is the this keyword. We say this is passed by reference, okay, and we say primitive data types like int age is passed by value, okay. We're actually passing the value in to age. If we make changes to age, it will not affect the number being passed into it, okay. If we're passing objects in, objects through the parameter list, objects are passed by reference. That means we're passing the address to it. So if we make changes to that object, it's going to affect the code inside of the main, okay, that's being passed over. So we don't have to worry about strings, because strings are immutable, meaning they cannot be changed once they're created. But we have to worry about other objects coming in. So if we pass objects through the parameter list, they are passed by value, okay. And anytime you pass something by value, by reference, that's by reference. If you're passing something by reference, any changes done to it in the method will also affect the main class, because you're just passing the address in. It says go change this address. So any changes made in the method will make changes to that object in the main program. So be careful of that. Pass by value, pass by reference. Age, primitive data types are always passed by value. That means I could pass the value in, make changes to it, but it will not affect the variables being passed in there from the main. Okay, method overloading. Next thing I want to talk about. We can have two methods of the same name. Maybe I want another getNum. Okay, I can, or average, and I'm going to just create another average. There you go, private. It's going to return a double. Okay. The only thing about this average compared to the other average is, notice this average doesn't take anything in. This average has to take something in for it to work. Okay. And I'm going to just do a simple system.out.println, and I'm going to just put hello. And I'm going to return whatever you passed over, X. Okay, so notice these two methods have the exact same name. This one takes in no argument, this takes in one argument. The computer knows which one to run according to the parameters. Okay, if I call average and I'm passing in one value, it's going to run this average. If I call average from the main program and I don't pass any parameters in, then it's going to run this one. Okay. So let's build this. It's always good to build after you've created. Come down here and I call display, and I'm going to pass 3 in here, and hello should be outputted. Okay. So we did one with A being displayed, one with Bob being displayed. And let's go ahead and run this. And it worked. The error was method class cannot be applied to the given type. Okay, because I should have, let's go int y equals, because remember this was returning a value, and I think it was a double, so this has to be a double. Okay, so it's still saying I'm having an error here because I'm calling display twice. And the reason why is I'm not messing with display, I'm messing with average, and that could be a problem. So I'm wrestling. This should be average, by the way. Oops. Okay, that was my mistake. So now that would solve the problem. And need to build this. Oops, I ran the wrong file. Okay. And the error this one is giving me is error average int has private access and student, and that's probably set as private. So since this is private, I can't gain access to it. Okay, so that takes care of that one. Let's just make this public. Man, I'm getting a lot of errors today. So build. That should solve the problem now, hopefully. And run file. And it worked. Notice hello is outputted finally. Okay. And again, the reason why I had errors was this was private, not public. Okay, I was trying to access it from my main program. So again, we call this method overloading. This is where you basically have two classes with the exact same name. The only thing different is the number of parameters. Okay. The last thing I want to go over is toString, and again, toString, if I go ahead and do this, system dot out dot print line, and I want to print one of my objects, let's say Sue. Notice what would happen if I go ahead and run this. First okay, let's try that again. So let's run that, and notice this comes out. It's basically the name of the class with a hexadecimal number at the end. I could go ahead and create a toString inside my program, and I could go public string, because it returns a string, called toString, and it doesn't take anything in, and I could go ahead and return hello world. Okay, whatever I want to return, I can return. And notice if I run this again, now toString is automatically created in the object file class, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But if I go ahead and run this, notice I get hello world. Okay, toString automatically runs. So when I first did Sue the first time, it only printed out the class name with a hex number, because toString already exists in an object class that we inherited. We'll be talking about that later. But I overridden that if I create my own toString. And toString automatically runs anytime you go ahead and output the object. So I'm outputting Sue, the object, toString automatically runs, and it says print hello world. That is toString. And that is an example of overriding. We're overriding a toString that's created that outputs the class name with a hex number, and we're overriding it saying, hey, we want to output hello world. Okay, so that basically finishes up the classes objects. We talked about this toString method overloading, fixing some errors here. So have a nice day, continue programming.